Hello, my name's David Pencheon. I'm from the Sustainable Development Unit for NHS England and Public Health England, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity just to say a few words to AMEE in Glasgow this year about issues for educators, about training medical students and other health professionals in the great challenges we face ahead. I just want to start by putting things in context in terms of the challenges we face. First of all, I think it's important that we all, as health professionals, acknowledge the huge environmental consequences of us delivering healthcare in the way we do. Just so you know, in England alone, about 1/3 of all public sector carbon emissions come from the healthcare sector. Now, there's no doubt that the health service does great things, but we ought to acknowledge it does these things at great cost, both financially and environmentally. So we need to acknowledge that the health system should become part of the solution to the future, not add to the problems of the future in terms of how it does its job. And it's important that we do that in ways that set examples very visibly to others. You may know that the smoking prevalence in the general population didn't really start to fall until doctors and other health professionals visibly started to stop smoking. And that's going to be true about how we live in the next 50 years. If the health system and health professionals are not educated in ways, or not informed in ways, and not empowered in ways that allow completely different ways of delivering healthcare within financial limits, within environmental limits, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. The second thing is, even apart from environmental change, you will all know there are huge other changes going on, and perhaps paramount amongst those is the role that technology has to play in how we improve health and deliver healthcare. It's estimated that by 2020, 80% of the world's population will have the equivalent of a supercomputer in their pocket, embedded in their clothes, if not embedded in their body. Now that's going to have huge consequences for how we deliver healthcare. And unless we train the medical students of today to be flexible and fit enough to understand the challenges facing us all, we're going to have some serious problems. Next, I'd just like to emphasize, and you'll probably all know this as educators, that education is not something you do unto somebody in the same way as healthcare is not something you do unto other people. We have to really make medical students and help medical students be a very active part of their own education. And that means, in a sense, helping them learn to learn, not as helping them knowing what they need to know. So it's incredibly important that the medical students of the future are a very, very active part of their own education. And remember, these medical students that we're all tasked to help educate, they're not leaders of tomorrow, they're leaders of today. Some of the most impressive things that I've seen in terms of aspiration and visions and looking at a sustainable health and care sector come from the youngest people in our profession, and we have a huge and profound duty to ensure that the medical students that are in our care, that we are delegated to educate, have the best possible chance of being fit for the future. And that means unhinging ourselves as educators from the situations we were brought up in to really help them deal with the future that they and the future which all society is going to have to live in these very rapidly changing times. So I wish you the very best of luck for the rest of the conference, and the organisers of the conference will be able to tell you where the STU, the Sustainable Development Unit in England, is based and how we're funded and how we are part of the NHS and Public Health England. And if any of you are interested in contacting us, then please do. Thank you very much.